What's going on, guys? How are we doing out there? Happy Monday to everyone. Yet another start to the week. What's going on? What are you guys up to? More the same for me here. Oh, wait. Hold on. I gotta close the blast doors. One sec. Okay. So, what's going on, guys? How are we doing out there?
Uh-oh.
Happy
Wait, no, I got
Monday
stuff
to
playing. Hold
everyone.
on.
Yet
That's not
another
good. Mute.
There we go. Nipped that one in the bud fast enough. Alright, sorry about that. What's up, guys? What's new? I will just jump right in. So, been working away like crazy. Shocker, I know. Couple interesting things. First off, what I realized is the fact that nobody likes to walk around because it takes forever. But I didn't want to kill having a walk feature. So, simple. The way it works before is it starts by walking, and then if you hit the button, you run around. But most people want to run, right? So I reversed it. So now the idea now is, there you go. By default, he runs. See that? There you go. There, he's running around. If you want him to walk, you hold the trigger down, and he walks. So, I think that just plays better. I think that's what people are going to want anyways. Just from watching everyone play the demo, the first thing they do is hit the button to try and run. So why not accommodate? Because most of the time you want to move around as fast as you can. You still have the option. If you want to go slow, you can stroll. So we got that. Works for the keyboard as well. There you go. I'm hitting the keys, and then I hit the space bar, and he's back to walk. Here's the other fun thing. One of the other things that we wanted to add at a certain point, and I tried playing with it, and sure enough, managed to pull it off, is mouse control. There you go. So, look at that. This is thanks to the Malbers. We're using the Malbers animation tool set, which is a nice little piece of software. Same thing. If I hold the right mouse button down, he walks. All right. I gotta clean up the contacts here for the terrain, so I have some dead spots there, so I need to work on that. But I mean, just as a first attempt, this is fantastic. This is great. Couple of things I still need to address is you can't click on anything here. I need to integrate that. Also, you can't click past anything. So for example, if I'm behind here and I want to go behind the shield generator, you see I can't click on the terrain because the box collider is just absolutely intercepting that. So if I can't, there it goes. So yeah, still need to tweak some stuff, but for the most part it's pretty awesome. So it's all nice and unified now, right? So it's always run by default, and then hold the walk button down if you want him to walk. So that's awesome. The downside is that in order to do this, anything that he can walk across has to have a little script attached to it. So originally I didn't have it on here, and he wouldn't walk on the ramp. He just refused. He'd walk across it. So if I did this and I click over here, he would walk across. But if I clicked on the ramp originally, it wouldn't do anything. But the script, what is it called? Yep, event trigger. So that's it. That's just a cute little script that allows us to do that. And one other cool thing too, this is what I'm excited about, is okay, well that's great, but this is manually control it. But let's say what happens if you have a situation where you're over here and you click on the shield generator and you want to go automatically to it. And I needed to find out how you do that. You can manually call a location, have them go to it, and I figured that one out. So I did this little point and click test. Let's see. There you go. So it's there you go. There's the Malbers animal AI control. I called it brain. Why not? And then brain set destination. And then I guess true, is that for move. So I guess you can actually set it to, I don't know why you would give it a destination and say false. So I don't know why there's a bool there to say move yes, but kind of seems redundant. But anyways, so if we just click this script, bring to life, see, now he just jumps to that point that I entered randomly. So that's fantastic. That's awesome. That came together real fast. So I think what I'll do is try and apply this, at least the ability to walk around stuff, to the intro cave, and see if I can replicate all the stuff I need. So I need the event system. I need it for the point click. There you go. And then I had some of these scripts attached to Will in the prefab, but for some reason, because I had a test scene, and once I started applying it to this scene, it didn't carry over completely, like partially, which is kind of strange, even though I did apply it to the prefab. No biggie, not a big deal. Alright, so I'm just going to make note of, I'm just going to, I think I'll grab stuff one at a time. So we'll do that. Oh, and then so what I'm thinking here, anyone that cares to chime in, so the mouse will actually kind of be the slickest way to control stuff in the gameplay now, because the way it'll work is the standard left mouse click, that will make you move around, right mouse click if you want to walk, and or make a menu pop up randomly, mouse wheel if you scroll up. My intention is to have the inventory pop up, scroll down, inventory closes, and I was trying to play with that, but I can't quite wrap my head around the this bit. This is the script stuff, and I see how stuff kind of is in existence and is called, but I don't understand quite how it gets called. You know, so we have the different things like inventory, menu, look, interact, you know, and back, right? But I don't quite get where the input is getting tracked. So I will hand that off to my programmer, because this is his fine work and he understands this exponentially better than I do. So there's no reason for me to chase through here and figure out how to make a mouse wheel motion bring the inventory up and down. But the other thing too is, like, if you click the mouse wheel, then the menu will pop up, you know, the in-game menu. So and then when you come up to an object and you interact with it, it'll just be like the buttons pop up and you click on what you want to do, right? So it'll be super intuitive. I think that's the goal there, which is funny because it may actually replace a lot of the people. I don't know, I'm even thinking so far as at Comic-Con, rather than having the gamepads, I might replace it with a couple of trackballs and just let people play with the trackball instead and see how that plays, because at this point I know that the joystick plays perfectly fine. There's no issues there, but the idea of having the trackball and giving that a trial by fire and seeing how well that performs, and see if people find it intuitive or if it's confusing as crap. So that's what I'm thinking, but this is all just came together in the last 2 days. So all of that is pretty much subject to change. All right, so I did copy this. Yes, let me do it again just to make sure, because now we're going to try and migrate all this stuff over into the intro cave. So let's head over to intro cave. Like so. Alright, and then, yeah, we got lighting turned off so we can see this better. So first thing, let's check navigation. That's good. So, yeah, if you notice, there's my nav mesh. And you're kind of going, wait, why is there a ghostly version of the Jupiter 2 there? Which is actually kind of cool looking, but not what we want. Apparently this is a bug in Unity, which is really kind of annoying, is when you switch from scene to scene, it will kind of unintentionally hang on to the last nav mesh. This is addressed in later versions, but we're still stuck in 2021.3.24 F1 XYZ version of the game engine. We can try and migrate upwards. Not a terrible idea, but I'm always skittish about doing that because, you'll do that and it looks like everything's behaving correctly, but then you'll sort of discover later on stuff that's broken, and then it's like, oh, we're going to revert back? Ugh. That means any work you've done, you have to sort of shift it back. Anyways, so instead, for the time being, there's nav mesh force cleanup. Somebody wrote this little script, and if we do that, there you go, magically fixed. And now if we bake this, and in theory it should just remove the leftover nav mesh. It should not actually delete one that exists in the scene. So now we have the terrain nav mesh, and just to prove my point, let's go back and make sure that I'm not full of crap. Yeah, we'll find out fast enough, because if I click here, yeah, uh-oh, okay. Maybe it does kill it. Oh my god. If it actually purges out of memory every time, baked object, it does. So yeah, that's not healthy. All right, so then what the heck? We'll go ahead and just I guess we have terrain selected, and what's even stranger is the fact that it's actually grayed out bake. Yeah, Unity, nice. Wow, I got nothing. Okay, so my little fix may actually not help. Just out of curiosity, if we go into my point and click test one, yeah, so that one still exists, and I can bake that unless the terrain lost one of its settings. That shouldn't have, but let's go back and check that. Oh, fun and joy. Wait, now it's there. Alright, see, that's the great thing about streaming, is the fact that I now have video evidence to show that that was not me, right? That was going to another scene, coming back, and the nav mesh being gone, go to a different scene, come back, and now it's returned. Alright, so if we click here, and we do this, and now everything's forgiven. That's a feature, by the way. That's a Unity feature, not a bug. Wow. Alright, and then the $1 million question. Intro cave. Let's see. Yeah, see, it all carried over again. You know, so we can still see my nav mesh for the intro cave combined with the Jupiter 2 location nav mesh. But then that also begs the question, if we go scenes, empty, maybe if we go, no, it's still there. I was kind of hoping if I go to like a second one, it would eventually go away. But what's even more peculiar is, if you notice, the intro cave did disappear, the nav mesh for the intro cave, but this is still here. I think we have an upgrade in our future. I think that's gonna be what we're gonna have to do, because I mean, it's not like we're gonna go back and rebuild the nav mesh every time we load the scene. That's slightly unhealthy. And there's no way to remove it, because this nav mesh does not even exist in the scene. I mean, the scene has no nav mesh. So, I mean, it's not like you can just kind of click on it and remove it. You know? Alright, so if we do this, force cleanup there, but there's nothing in this scene. So maybe if we do that, let's go back to intro cave. Did not, okay, so intro cave has theirs. That's a start. So if we go to episode scenes empty, so we use empty to like cleanse our palettes. Maybe that's gonna be the magic trick, is you don't go from one scene that has a nav mesh to another scene that has a nav mesh. So if we go to aftermath and we come back and we see that, hey, look at that. So that did work. Obviously this isn't optimized. This is terrible looking nav mesh. There's all kinds of holes and stuff that we're gonna have to clean up, but this was still proof of concept stuff, just to make sure it was gonna behave, and you know, so far so good. Okay, so here's how we do this, and we go scenes empty. So pathetic. Scenes intro cave, and it still crosses over. So let's go scenes, empty, clean it. Episode 1, intro cave. There. Okay. So just by having a scene with no nav mesh, we can use that as our trick to shed errant nav meshes. Mesh eyes? I don't know. Okay. So that's there. Excuse me. Let's see if that... Oh, good. At least that still hung in there. So he's good. I may bring up the notes for the cheat sheet to figure out how to do this properly so I don't screw this up, because I don't think this stuff carried over. No, not so much. And I wouldn't be surprised if even the inputs here... let's see. Ground, okay. Numbers input. That's good. Okay, so excuse me. Speed states. Alright, so let me go back. Yeah, I'll hit Control S there. I don't think I actually changed anything, but just in case. Let's go back to Aftermath. And let's look at our wheel here. Alright, so it's modes. Okay, no, it's under yeah, it's under Malburst input. So both these scripts pertain to the Malburst plugin. Excuse me. Right. And then what we did here is just, this is the trigger that turns on and off the walk request now. So I think I will actually, since I'm here, I'll do a little screen grab of that bad boy. Have that handy. Alright, so because my short-term memory is crap, let's go back to Malburst, README, and documentation, and then we'll look for point click. There it is. So we'll kind of have this over here handy. All right, yeah. So this is it's a bit of a walkthrough. It doesn't hold hand really well, but it's enough to figure it out. It took me a little tinkering to wrap my head around how this worked, but I mean I did. I pulled it off in an afternoon, so it's intuitive enough, I guess. Okay, so let's jump back over. Once I get positioned here, and let's go back to our scenes. And episode 1, and we're going back to intro cave. Sorry. All right. Navigation, good. Hey, nav mesh is still there. There's a plus. Okay. And this is still here. That's good. All right, let me get this situated. We're good. All right. So we need AI control and nav mesh, which, oh, do we not have that? Let's see. I thought that carried over. Yes, there it is. It did carry over. Good. So here we have our AR control as well as our nav mesh agent. So that's all good. That's all good. And then not put in click. Oh crap! What is the terrain event? Quick event? That's not even close to spelled right. Nope, that's not it. Okay, fine. I'll break down and go back. Okay. It was terrain event trigger. You know what? Copy paste. We'll just do the whole thing one element at a time, since I'm too brain dead to do it all at once. Let's get it here. Paste is new. That's all good. All right. So, is that everything, or am I missing something? Let's see. We'll try it. Oh yeah, I need a way to do skip. Okay, so nope, we're not clicking on. We're missing the UI, I think. Okay. But yeah, I just thought about that. We need a way to skip the cutscene, so maybe that would be a right mouse situation. If you're in a cutscene, right mouse would trigger the skip request. Just thinking out loud there. Okay, so we have that. So event system, which I think that's what this is. Horizontal, vertical. Cool. All right, so we have that in place. And the fog, it's not like the fog should be causing an issue. That's static. Okay, so that's correct. All right. So we have point click data going good, and then point UI. Gotta find where that point UI is. Let's see. Is it in the scene? Arg. Yeah, save that. I mean, I could try and grab it after I click it and see if I can find it that way. If I can't find it this way. Point. No. Okay, so it's not a separate object. It is a prefab. Alright, point click show UI. And it is nowhere to be found. Maybe it gets called at runtime? I can't remember how that just showed up, but it did. Let's see. Alright, we'll do what I was talking about a second ago. We'll just... There. So this is hopefully how we can track it down. Although it looks like it is click point UI. Okay, oh, and then, so that's getting generated. Interesting. At runtime. So it is just something that's instantiated. Because we do that, it goes away. So click point is this guy. Okay, so I'm missing something here. Yeah. Because it's working here, but I'm not transferring something over. Like I said, not exactly a walk in the park. It's a little convoluted, and there's no actual like video tutorial, which would have been really helpful to spoon feed idiots like me. Tell you what, let's go back to my test scene, because this has a lot less in it. CM point click. Oh, this guy. That's it. Let's see. Or not. Is that mandatory? I don't think I put that. Or did I put that on the camera? Let's see. Okay, camera brain. Oh, physics raycaster. I think that's another thing I'm missing right there. That would make sense. That makes total sense. If I forgot to put the physics raycaster script on the camera. So yeah, if we come back into Aftermath and look at our main camera. No, it's on exterior. No, that is exterior camera. It's not on him, so it must be... Where'd I put it? No. Well, crap. It's got to be on here somewhere. Let's see. Let me go back. Okay. So physics raycaster. Interesting. So it didn't even show it as a... I guess it's not technically a script. It's... I don't know what it is. But it doesn't show up like so, raycaster. Nope. Okay. Then we'll just do it like I was doing. Alright, so let's go back. And it goes on. I'm just double checking myself here. So wherever the Cinema Machine is located, that's where we stick it. So physics, so it should have been there. Don't see it there. Better motion blur. It's not there. Not there. Bloom, depth of field, animator, camera effects, not there. Wow. Yet it's still working. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, but that's... Wait, it's going off into... That was interesting. Okay. It's not in there. No. There it is. Okay. I was looking for main camera under the cameras setting, you know, where it actually belongs, but of course it was above it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this dunce cap off here. No, it's pretty much bolted on, so I don't think it's going anywhere. I'll have to leave it. Okay. So yeah, it was there the whole time. I just was not finding it because I'm like stupid. Physics raycaster. There we go. So intro cave. Alright, so then in this case we have cameras, game camera, main camera, there. So if you go paste, yep, event mask. Oh, then we can actually, okay, call the there. Note to self, that's how we're going to get some of the stuff to behave. And then physics raycaster, where I was talking about clicking through the object. So if we switch all the objects to something else aside from default or item, then we can get it to behave. Cool. Alright, try this again. Like so. And see? Oh, there it goes. Took a second. There we go. And he's walking by default. Yeah, so the settings I did for the run as default did not carry over in the prefab, which is frustrating but not surprising. You know, out of curiosity, let me see if I can make that just happen auto-magically. So let's go back and see if we can send that information. Bake it into the prefab. So this is it. And modify component, apply to prefab. Well, yes. Okay, so now in theory, this stuff should transfer over. Don't know why I saved there. Didn't change anything, but I did it anyways. Let's see. States, modes. It did. Look at that. Hey, the prefab actually didn't let me down that time. Alright. But, oh, there it goes. And he's still walking. He's walking here. He's walking here. So, just out of curiosity, if I, yeah. It's still reversed. Alright. Because the animator should be walking, running. That's fine. So let's look at this. The set state. It should default to 2. And it doesn't. Okay, yeah, that's what's going on. I gotta remember where that setting is. I did that in the other one. Once again, let me do this. Let me try and bake it into the prefab so I don't have to hunt for this in the future. Just got it down. This thing is so sophisticated. This Malber's animal control. I mean, it has like folders nested inside of folders, and so forth. So I can't remember if it's under animal or if it's Malber's input. I don't think it's input. So let me try here. General speeds. No. States. Priority. Okay, we're getting warmer. Tags, limits, speeds. Locomotion. Nope. That ain't it. Somewhere in here, which, okay, it's not pivots. Modes. No. Ah. I could search it, but I wouldn't find it. Yeah, okay, I don't think it's going to be in the input. I think I was right the first time, so I'm not going to keep looking in input. It's got to be under animal. But where? Where does this beast live? I mean, you see what I'm talking about? How, here's the plugin. You have all these tabs. Inside the tabs is drop downs. It's not gravity. It's not ground. It's not ground, is it? No. Speeds. Oh, here we go. Start index. Yeah, it is set to... Oh, no. Here we are. Okay, because we're still in Aftermath. This is where I need to be over there. So let's do this. Let's right-click, apply to prefab wheel. And I'll apply that too. That's kind of default, but there we go. So that should make it just absolutely behave now. Run should be the default. Let's see if I'm correct. There it is. And then I'm back. There you go. So by default, he runs. Press the button down. He walks. Same for, there you go. And I'm holding the right mouse button down so he's walking. No. There you go. Runs by default. You get dizzy doing this. Okay. But yeah, that was moderately fast. If I actually knew what the heck I was doing, that would have gone even faster. But yeah, and then keyboard, of course. Same thing. Spacebar, back to walk. Good. Okay, so now we got that feature baked into the prefab. And that's working nicely. All right. So the next step would be, I'm going to back out and go back to Aftermath, since that's sort of a bigger open space to test in. What I did before is the grass is static, which means that it'll bake into the nav mesh, which we don't want. So I was just physically hiding it. So let's see. So out of curiosity, if we make this guy, we have all these layers. I'm gonna create a new one. Maybe call it set piece. What do you think? Does that make sense? I think that's kind of cool. So add layer, and we'll call him set piece. And that'll be interactable for Will and everyone, but not for the mouse click. If I do this right, let's see if this is correct. So we will change him. Let's see, where'd it go? Set piece. We'll say yes. That was default. Okay. Oh, but it's not even being seen yet. So let's see. Let's see. So we have a mask set up to filter out some of the stuff, and let's figure out what that is. It the main camera? Where's our mask? There he is. He's back. All right. So first question is, does that still... Good. That still triggers, and that comes up correctly. But my hope... Let's see. It always gets really dicey when you have the animator open. It like throws a lot of errors. Another Unity feature. But let's try this. Let's go maximize... Yeah. So my hope is that if I'm over here, then I can click back there. There it is. That's what I was hoping for. So at this point, I'll fix this in a little while, but what I wanted to do was be able to click through the set piece. In this case, it was the shield generator, which we just accomplished. So yeah, for example, for here, there you go. You can kind of do it. So if it looks like before I was hitting the collider on the shield generator, but now, there it goes. I'm clicking on the ground. Uh-oh. That's, the nav mesh there is not perfect. Like I said, nav mesh needs some work. But, yeah, that's awesome. So we have a method is setting all of these to set pieces. And then what I'll do is I'll make a custom new trigger, or at least a collider box that only the mouse will be able to click on. So, I don't know, mouse selectable? Mouse contact? Something like that. Thinking... Yeah. Something like that. Okay. And then obviously we need to add the there's two ways to approach this. I guess one is if the mouse hovers over it, then it'll pop up with these buttons will be not visible. It'll pop up as like, you know, look at, interact with, that kind of thing. And if you just mouse off of it, it'll go away. The downside is that means that you're doing a raycast literally 60 frames a second if you're running at 60 frames per second in the game, versus clicking on it, but then you have the friction of having to click on it. You know, but I guess clicking on it, if it highlights as something you can go to and you click on it and it goes to it, but no, conversely, because I want to be able to have him be able to look at it even if he's not standing in front of it. You know, so let's see if this works. There you go. So right here, it'd be nice that he can look at it without having to walk all the way over to look at it. That's kind of a tedious thing. So, in case you haven't figured out, I'm just basically thinking out loud here. Kind of just trying to hammer this out in my own head for the best approach. It's not like there's a simple right or wrong answer, because point-and-click adventure games have taken all kinds of different approaches when it comes to mouse. You know, obviously for joystick or keyboard, it's just you have the cheat sheet down here to instruct you. I could do the same, you know, with if you're getting range, the buttons pop up, but I think it's more intuitive to have the buttons pop up on top of the objects, you know. And I mean, there's nothing new because the shield generator is a UI that is constantly tracking frame by frame, you know, and readjusting itself. You know, that's superimposed anyways. So we already have the code that keeps track of the object. You know, so it'd just be cleaner, I think, to have the buttons pop up underneath it like that, kind of elegantly. All right. So let me think. So if you click on it, so if you hover over it, then it'll highlight it, come off of it, it'll go away. I mean, you can, oh yeah, I don't have that yet, but yeah, you always have highlights so you can figure out if it's something you can interact with. Like that, and I'll transfer that. I don't have it yet, but I'll transfer it on the, oh shoot, that's right. I was thinking about using the push the mouse wheel, have a menu come up, but I was actually thinking about having that be for highlight all objects. Crap. I need a mouse with more buttons. Okay, I'll have to revisit that. I guess we can leave the menu being escape. I mean, that's not asking too much, you know. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. Mouse up, inventory opens, mouse down, inventory closes. He lights up. All right. So, not a right or wrong answer. The two choices are hover over it and the item lights up. But then here's the question mark on that is if like he's here. Okay. Don't be glitchy. I need something where I can see two of them at the same time. Did you break? No. Oh, there's a gap here. That's why. Because the bounding box dug into the nav mesh, and that's something that I will clean up here eventually. But for example, if he's here touching, there you go. Stop. There. And then if we make it so the mouse over highlights, then I mean, how do we deal with that? Then we have two different things that are highlighted, or does this get unhighlighted when I'm hovering over this object? And I mean, that's what I'm trying to think of right now. I'm kind of thinking that in order to interact with it, you have to be next to it. It kind of simplifies things. It's a pain if, like, you want to go to the drill, you have to click on it and go all the way over there, like so. That's going to get this part of the way. Go around the planter. Go around the around. Don't go through it. Go around it. Come on, you could. There you go. Wait, I tell him to go left, and he's still trying to like ram into the planter. I think he has this unhealthy attraction to the planter. Okay. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be our best bet. Is you need to be. You can click on the object, and he'll go straight to it. You know, kind of like I had that script before. For example, let's try this. This is kind of what I'm envisioning, and we'll see if this is correct. All right. It's sort of similar to the position that I have him in for some of the cutscenes when he interacts with it. So this is pretty good. Put the one. That's good enough. All right. So here's what I'm thinking here. Go back to our point and click test. Did I open it? Wow, it just reloaded itself for some reason. Okay. Wait, why you open a second one? ¿Qué es este? That is so weird. I mean, the first one took too long and it thought it was not loaded? Maybe? I don't know. My computer is definitely developing a mind of its own. Okay, here we go. So, for this little test one, I had the values for just some arbitrary position, but now we're going to make it more specific. 7. I think I can drop that to 0. Should be at 0. All right. All right. And we're compiling. My computer's regressing. It's getting slower. Go ahead. Go out and make a sandwich. Go get a drink or something. This might be a while. No, Unity. We got all day. There's okay, finally. All right. Yeah, it can't be maximized. There we go. Let's get out of that smoke. That annoys me. All right. So my mindset here is that if you click on it, so just pretend we're clicking on it, and he would go. What is this? Ship it! Ship it! He's getting closer. He got there! Alright. We may have some work to do. What was that? That was like 3 laps. Oh my god, that was too funny. I have no idea why. I mean, is it like a turn radius issue or something? I literally have no idea why it was doing literal laps around it. Okay, so let's, for the fun of it, let's just send him way over here. Why not? And see if we get a similar situation. Here we go, fingers crossed. And he goes. He's screwed. You're not getting past that palm tree, buddy. Remember I was talking before about having the more work done on the nav mesh? No, we're good. I think this is, yeah, I think we're ready for prime time. God. Nav mesh. Why would he do that? Why would the Pathfinder... It's like it's intentionally trying to sabotage him. I mean, look at this. This is pure dead space, right? Why would he do that? Oh, shoot. Is he like... what if I kill this? Will he stop? No? Oh, he's toast. I could try and physically move him over. See if that helps us. There it goes. Now he's got this unhealthy fetish for the palm tree. That's great. No, he's just... Wait, the Deprepa... That's not even close to what we were shooting. Oh, no, I did turn it off, didn't I? But... Wow. Okay, what if we do it from here? Go. Oh, that's not twitchy at all. No. Oh, God. Wow. All right. Might have a little bit of work to do. Which is interesting because if I do this and click my destination like that, whoops, if I hit somewhere. Interesting. I wonder if there's a physics... I think there's a physics fall off. There must be. Because... Nope. There we go. Okay, I got one after all. Why are you walking? Now he's in love with the shield generator. That's not even... Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay. Excuse me. That's my fault. I did have the point and click test still alive and active. So let's try this again. See, anywhere I can click. All right, that's it. Okay, so the only thing I could think of is the select destination tool I'm using is not actually regenerating the path. To me, that's the only thing that makes sense. So it may be a situation where we need to regenerate the path as well. So if we say, let's come in here, set destination. Click on this. So here's our set destination. All right, but that's not the SDK. That's just the attachment, the plugin. All right. There we go. This is what I was trying to find. So set destination, set target, set the next target. So it seems like the set destination would actually generate the new path with a NavMesh agent. So transform, I could try that, set target instead. So let's try set target, and it hates the crap out of that. Maybe because it doesn't require bool. No, it still hates the crap out of it. And what do we do with our window? Oh, it's a transform. That's why. That makes sense. Transform destination. We'll say destination equals, if I could select it, that bad boy. Yeah. And then we go dest. And it still hates it. Okay. Because it's a vector 3, not a transform. Can I do it this way? Alright, you know what? Here's how we do it then. Check this idea out. So what we do is I move this over temporarily. We take our point and click and use that as the feed for our transform. So if I just enter the values of its position, 4.3650, 4.7, there. Now we have ourselves a transform. So I love it. More than one way to skin a cat. So if we say that target destination is transform. It is our game object transform. That's where we want to go to, which should be, I think it's in front of the shield generator. All right, let me close some unnecessary windows now. All right. See if this behaves differently than the set destination. I'll send him way over here, put lots of obstacles between him and the shield generator, and keep your fingers crossed. Yeah. Oh! Wait, we have... What is that? Oh, that I see what that is. Can you, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that is the stupid intro cave. I forgot. It's that glitch. Sorry, it's Unity. That feature of carrying nav meshes from one scene to the next. Brilliant. that is, so much more fun than having it actually work normally. That's just, All right, so let's do our trick. Let's go out and come away and shake that stupid thing off. Here we go. Scenes empty. Yeah, save, because there's some stuff going on. Killer Tofu, what up, buddy? Hey, Killer Tofu, I wanted to ask you. A friend of mine actually came to town, and he's an IT guy who is going to an IT conference here in I guess it's in Henderson. You've already missed like 3 of them. I'm on a tear today, man. Netflix is on my last nerve. All right. I'm just talking about the fact that, and this is an older version of Unity. Yes, we have to upgrade, but as anyone knows, the terror of upgrading, not knowing what may break if you do that. But somebody came up with a hack idea of how to get rid of nav meshes. So the situation is you go to a scene with a nav mesh, and you go to a different scene, and the nav mesh follows you. That's why I have, like, look at that. I have 2 different nav meshes now in a empty scene that literally has 0 nav meshes. But somebody wrote this little script that forces it to clean up. Gross. Yeah. No, man. Feature. Not gross. Feature. All right. So if we come back to Aftermath and we look and we click here and we see now our nav mesh is perfectly intact or gone. Oh my god. Yeah, we will definitely have to upgrade because this is just unmanageable. So let's go ahead and bake again. All right. But I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Oh yeah. So yeah, he's an IT guy, and he went to a conference, or is going to a conference today in the next couple days over in Henderson. I was just curious if that's anything you knew about. I have no idea the scope of it, if it's very specific to select companies or if it's like a GDC for IT. GDC for IT. There you go. That's the name of it right there. All right, so we got ourselves a nav mesh. Let's come over here. And what do we get? See if it behaves a little bit better. There it is. Okay, so it was actually working before. It was trying to behave, but because the nav mesh was so foobarred, that's why it was doing laps. Yeah, Killer Tofu, you missed that. Because I had the overlaying to nav mesh and it confused it. So I had him like over here, and it's like, go to the shield generator, and it literally started running around. It had no idea where to go because it was getting all those mixed signals. But yeah, crap. It's just as well because there's a plugin I want to use that's 2022 specific. So I guess now's about the time to rip that band-aid off, and not now while I'm streaming. I'm going to back up all the stuff and then try and do a upgrade possibly. What in the business call a homebody. I have no idea what that is. What's a homebody? I'm in the office every day with, my canine alarm system. Okay, that's cool. I was just curious. All right, so let's turn this bad boy back off again. Let's send him way the heck over here, like so. Yeah, so anyways, Killer Tofu, I was talking about the fact that, yeah, this is going to be hanging in there because I don't have proper collision, nav mesh collision removal for that. So that's coming. But yeah, I'm clicking. I actually integrated mouse control, which is kind of cool. And also reversed it, so now the way it works, and all of them work at the same time too. So here's keyboard, here's joystick, and here is mouse. All 3 of them behaving nicely all together. Thank you, Malbur's Animation Animal Controller. Thank you for that, making life a little easier for us. But now I'm trying to test. Oh, that's what you did. Oh, you build your own. You wrote your own. Rolled your own. I guess that's a better terminology. Let's see. And he goes. Look at that. Straight shot. Boom. Sweet. That's awesome. Cool. Yep. And then, yeah, we still got issues with clicking the ground and nothing happening, but we're going to work on getting the nav mesh to behave. Don't spend nearly as much time on my project as you or yours. And then I guess I know that you are the programming guy, but I'd be curious to see if you would consider using a plugin, to alleviate some of those headaches. But I mean, I guess if you've already written the input system, then I guess it's sort of like a little after the fact anyways. But Malburst is really nice. It's can be complicated sometimes, but its feature set is really terrific. It's going to have a lot of other features that we're going to put in there, like flying, because he has his jetpack, as well as climbing the walls and stuff like that. Got it. Awesome. Then I'm going to shut up and you just plug away. There you go. I love that. That's awesome. That was kind of like my very first game, all the way back when I started in 2008, and it was, part of it was because I've ranted enough about the VFX industry, but, it was me realizing that this day was going to be coming someday back in 2008 and working on my plan B. So just chipping away at night and on weekends on my first game just to see if I enjoyed doing it and see if I could do it, right? So that I totally get that. For me, it was definitely about the journey, and I love the fact that, when something was dialed in, plugged in, it was behaving, it was so much fun just kind of go, look, oh my God, this actually works. I got an iPhone here, iPhone 1, and this guy is animated on there. I did that. Oh yeah, you started using DoTween? That's a no-brainer, because that is the Swiss Army knife in my book. Because just that one little plugin can cover so much so easy. I mean, it does nothing that you can't do yourself manually, but to elegantly, just shove it all into one line of code that you use is just fantastic. So yeah, that's always DoTween is like automatic first thing that gets fired up whenever I start a new project, which won't be for a while, because I am deep in this now. Look at that, he just goes right through that, doesn't he? Click. Had to go around that one. That's how you felt when you dropped your first environment in VR in the Quest, and it's like, I did that. Look at that. That's my environment. Yeah, I would so love. I got the Quest 2, just sitting right there on the wall, but it's just no time to devote to that. I think I talked about the 2 and the 3. I finally got the chance at the convention I was at last weekend to finally strap on a Quest 3 for the first time, and it was beautiful if I didn't already own a Quest 2. But I did talk about this. I think I was comparing it DVD to Blu-ray, or I was expecting more to be VHS to Blu-ray. But yeah, so yep. So yeah, that's definitely a no reason to invest the cash in that, because yeah, the 2 works great. I had a nice little 45-minute workout last night, and yeah, sweat was pouring off my face, so it definitely serves its purpose. It's sad. I have all these great games on Quest 2, and I only use it for his exercise. But it's kind of gamification exercising, which is awesome. All right, so, and let's head back. Scenes. Oh, we gotta do this. We gotta save, get off of navigation. Let's go to empty, right? And if we go to navigation, see, look at that. There it is. We will force cleanup. There it goes. And then if we go into intro cave. Now I'm curious if we did that cleanup before, if it got rid of that. I got some nice to haves. The big difference is AR. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so if you found any kind of um kind of killer app for AR in Quest 3? I mean, I've seen my friends have it and they've posted videos and that kind of stuff, and it looks cool. But I've yet to see something that's like, oh my god, this is legendary, this is what you need it for, kind of thing yet. Alright, so cool. Yeah, so next thing would be to create a contact for the objects. So like right now I can't select it because he's right through there, but if we take the whole rock mound? No. Is it separate? Why do I have those separate? I guess that makes sense. Switch this over to a set piece. Yes. Is the cabin? Interesting. Is that sort of like a Evil Dead trapped in a cabin and zombies coming in kind of cabin, or something different? There we go. Yeah, how did I guess? Called Home Invasion. Cool. There we go. So what I've done here is by taking the gem and dropping it to set piece, and I remove that from the ray trace on a mouse click. So now I can click the ground instead of that. Crap. But the problem though is, then I can't select it though, can I? when I go up to the orange piece. But I can't do hover over, I think still. So I'm gonna be forced, I think, to do hover. Yeah. Crap. That's not what I wanted, but that's gonna have to do. Because clicking is gonna be either or kind of concept. Because if I have that where you can click on it to get to it, then you'll never be able to click behind it, like I'm doing there. And that'd be frustrating because you have to click away just to come back to that point. People ain't gonna like that. Okay. So let's do some quick hunting for I'm just kind of laying the groundwork. I'm just dropping little ideas in, and then I I just sort of like set the rickety kind of version up, and then I just go to my program and kind of go, here, make it not suck again. Where they come and get you in your own house. Pretty fun, but still not really crazy yet. I think better experiences are coming. Yeah, I mean, it's early days, of course. Right, so people will figure out the best ways to get the most bang for the buck. Really get some better looking content out of the 3 and figure out, most importantly, how to optimize it, right? So it will only get better, I think. All right, so let me think. I'll just create a new test, kind of like I did for the other one. Go scripts, testing. Let's create one we'll call mouse hover, I think. Excuse me. I have no idea how to do this from memory. I've done a mouse hover, but it's been a while. And then I gotta figure out. I think it'll find it. Let's see. Oh, hey. Or I can sit back and let it reload stuff that's loaded a million times. All right. So let's go game object, create an empty. All right. Can add that like so, bring them up. And I'm going to go pilfer someone's script. Oh, I'm off to the side, aren't I? Sorry about that. Mouse Mouse hover. Mouse over. Hey, Unity actually has a little code on this one. That's awesome. So it's a mono behavior, so I don't have to do anything fancy. All right. All right, so we go, sweet, like that, and then, yeah, simple enough. I'll just pull for their line. I just want to see what it does and doesn't see. I'm curious, because I knocked out for the physics click, I don't know if that also will take out the mouse over. I'm hoping they're separate. That'll make life a lot easier for what we need to do. There we go. 3 times I click the play button. Skip. Skip. And did I not attach it? Thought I did. Mouse hover test. Yeah. And it's not tracking nothing. Interesting. All right. ¿Por qué? Let's see. Yeah, nothing special there. So on mouse over, it should actually do that. Mouse hover. Okay. So why? I'll check my physics, but I think, let's see, background image, that's all fine. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, ignore raycast. Oh, check it out. That's why. So, I'm just gonna, let's not go too crazy here. We want to ignore that. So we want to, animal, body part. Yeah. So item is okay. No enemy, body part. Distant hotspot. I have no idea what that even is, but we'll disable. Set piece. So, ground. This should be ground, and it's default. Yeah, ground and nothing else for the, oh, it's, okay, terrain is there. Okay. We'll try that. Alright, and we're still getting nothing. Alright, I have no idea. Let me just make sure this script is actually firing. I don't know why it wouldn't. And then on mouse over. Oh, interesting. Oh, no, there it is. I'm alive. He's there. So, unless... Oh, is it because I actually need the raycast called every frame? Okay. Can you hear Penny? The kitty alarm system is going nuts right now. She's just earning her dog food. Like, she's earning her frisbee time. Guarding the gates of the castle. Okay, so... Alright, so my question mark now, is this enough? Or do you have to actually have queries hit triggers? It's called on colliders marked as trigger. Oh, as triggers. Yeah. Okay, so I get the feeling this is an incomplete breakdown here. Called every frame while the mouse is over the collider. That belong to ignore raycast layer. Right, but that's not the case. If we look at ignore raycast, unless it's over here as well. Ignore raycast. Okay, so default. Transparent effects, that's fine. And we still got nothing. Alright, I'm going to look for a proper demo here. So, oh, I'm way over, aren't I? I'm sorry about that. Didn't realize I was stretched out. There we go. Let's see. What you do is implement interfaces, add a camera, physics raycast. Oh crap! Okay, so it is working off the physics raycast attached to the camera, which means it's going to ignore. Shoot. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of screwed on that. We say everything. So now we have physics raycast. And we still got nothing but intersections, just 0. Alright, I may just revisit this. I might just dig into some video or something, and I'm not going to subject you guys to me watching a video. It's meta, watching a video of someone watching a video, but I don't think that's going to be entertaining or helpful. Orthographic projection and mouse center doesn't work. Okay. However, let's see, one last attempt at a script. Let's see. Checking, trying to find something. Adding a physics 2D raycaster to the camera, and I use eye pointer enter handle and I figured out why on mouse enter and on mouse. Oh, so another guy's having issues of on mouse enter and exit not actually working. Collider either 2D on your object, and that the queries hit triggers option is ticked. Huh. Yeah, okay. I'm losing interest. It's not going to fall into place like the other one did. But I think that's a decent spot for me to step out for a second, add some more liquid to my glass, and in the meantime, I will throw this on here like so. Like that. Maybe. In the meantime, Killer Tofu, if you're still around, you can, keep Penny company. Throw the disc a couple times, but too many words. That's it. Product of a public education in the Deep South. I cannot handle that many words. Hang tight. I'll be back in just a minute. Be right back. All right, and we're back. How'd you do, Killer Tofu? Is it successful or bad throw? I haven't looked lately, so I don't know if, where you are with Lucchini for scoreboard. Okay, so yeah, I think the smart move is probably not to keep pursuing the on hover. Oh, speak of the devil! Look at that. What's going on, Lucchini? How was your weekend? Look at that. 560. No wonder you're not looking at the scoreboard anymore. You're just destroying it. 70-point lead now? Jeez. Closing in on third place there. There it is. All right. So, what else have I got to work on here? I could at least try and get the buttons to come up. So, that's not a terrible idea. So, let me hunt it down. I'm going to go back to Aftermath. It's just easier to see stuff. Bigger open space anyways. Yeah, I'll save that. Okay. So what we want to look for is our little GUI pop-up with the text. Is it this guy? No. Customize, press scan, loading, and I can't find it. All right. So we'll come at it this way. Alright. Oops. Sorry. Just making some adjustments. Okay. So that's what we want. Alright. Okay, so container. There you go. That's what we need. Okay. So what we want to do with this bad boy, and so if we think in terms of what you can do, it's going to be specifically interact and look. So we're going to add that. Why do I not see little handles on this bad boy? Ah. Okay, do that. I should see handles, and I don't see handles. Okay, I give up. There, I see it on him. There we go. Okay. Do I want to add it to the text or the container? I want to add it to the container, but oh, because the container is at origin. No wonder. And this is just this part. Yes. Okay. Good enough. So we're going to add it here. Create sprite child. Look at that. Monster size. For blues look. So, squeeze them down like so. Put it like here. Kind of bring it in. Why not? And then create sprite child. I. All right, so how do I do that over there? Is it just transparency? No, that's not it. That can't be it. Must be doing some kind of additive or something to it. What am I doing over here? Nope. There it is. Look. Group. Button. Oh, icon. Nope. It's not that either. So, let's see, is it... It's not him. It's not that. Oh, icon. There it is. That's what we're doing. We're just colorizing it. So do that, and with a semi-transparent alpha. And then we'll go ahead, since we're here, we'll go ahead and look at the green, which would be the interact. There, okay. Alright, and did I just remove those? No, they're still there, good. Alright, so let's jump back over. Right there, and then this bad boy goes like that. There he is. With button. And we'll fix that in just a second. It might be a little monstrous in size, don't you think? That's a bit better. Okay. And we'll say interact button. And we flip this so it goes on the right side. Switch that to green. And switch this to the pickup icon. Change the color. There. That's strange. It actually still looks like it's offset a little bit. I think we'd bring them closer together. Yeah. And do I care about a shadow? Yeah. And let me do a shadow. Maybe. Because it's semi-transparent. Or maybe it's not. Alright, so let's just do the button. You can click on it button thing. Alright, look at interact. Alright, I'm not going to commit these to the prefab yet because this may change, but let's start off with attach box collider, attach play tween script, and then tween scale. That's good. Play tween not on by default. From let's see, from 1 to 0.8, 0.8, 0.8. And we do it 0.15. And then at finish, it resets. This guy. Nope, this guy. Reset the beginning. Okay, I haven't done that one in a little while. And we'll do the same over here. Attach box collider. Play tween script. And then tween scale. Off. Why do I get the feeling? I'm trying to remember if it's actually 0.8 and then to 1. No. I think that's right. Have not set up a button in a little while. That's weird. Huh. It like threw up a GitHub message on me. Good here. Had a buddy of mine come into town and took him to see the Pinball Hall of Fame here. That's always a go-to thing for any fellow nerds. And it's interesting. It's a museum, but with like classic pinball machines and also video games. But it's always fun because it's never the same trip twice, because the machines are so old, like me, and they break down a lot, like me. You know, so they're constantly repairing them. So you never know which machines are actually going to be alive and kicking when you walk in the door. So it's kind of a funny thing. Okay, so I'm just curious if we go ahead. So where she took me there when I first moved out. Yeah. They're all active and working. Well, I mean, the ones that are working. They're all quarter operated. Some of the older pinball machines are 25 cents, and some of them get up to like $1 a game. Really? And it depends on how long ago that was, Killer Tofu. It used to be on Tropicana, right next to Gamer's Delight, which was the most awesome throwback memory. Gamer's Delight actually had like every console known to man that they had for sale there. And adjacent to that was also the Press Start Gaming Center. Really nice guy named Andy that absolutely ran that place like crazy until COVID kind of messed stuff up. Excuse me. Is the museum only open for like 6 hours? Well, it's interesting because it is a museum, so it is sort of like it's like a nonprofit. You don't remember taking you? Okay, got it. Fair enough. It's worth a look again. Fascinating thing is the guy's had arcades since the 80s. And he had the one on Tropicana, but when that area kind of was, how do I put this politely, changing, not for the better, he actually bought a strip of land that is like 2 blocks north of the super famous Welcome to Las Vegas sign, you know, and yeah, it's amazing. But he bought the land for cash. So you laugh at those quarters, but, you know, there's a lot of quarters, apparently. Oops. Oh, why did it not? Yeah, why are you spazzing? Oh, because that's why. They do. They add up over time for sure. All right, so unless I don't have UI. Did I disable UI? Why would I have done that? Project settings. No, UI is active there. Raycast. That's good. Huh. Alright. Because it's acting like I can't click buttons. When in doubt, go to the main menu. We have nothing but buttons. I figured out if I screwed up some code there. When you have a bunch of tourists who don't know how to play pinball well coming in. That's so true. That is very true. Yeah, okay. So it is working fine. Thank you. But yeah, this is a decent stream. It was strange. We went in there, what was that, Saturday night, and there was a bunch of kids that were dressed up like prom. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking, and I mean there was some nerds with some rather attractive dates, and they were dressed in these. One of them was dressed in like a sequins dress, and I'm just kind of going, dude, I don't know what kind of special date you have that you can actually take her to. What are we doing for prom? We're going to the pinball museum. You're serious, but they were there. You know. Okay. So let me make sure I'm not missing something. Play button. Come back in inspector because that's all fine. Yeah, box collider, that's all standard. Controller. Interesting. Okay, maybe it's because he's sort of commandeered this? No. Alright. Let's come back. What is it, on mouse down, I think? Alright, I'm trying to remind myself how NGUI handles button clicks. It's been a while. So let's try Aftermath. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I think I need to go over to the UI. It's back over there. Yeah, how about you guys? Anything interesting over the weekend? Just relax, work, watch stuff, do something. Yeah, this guy. So we're going to tuck these under the container. Like so. Where he should be. Okay. And thrifting. Half a cabinet. That's interesting. You like, I'm assuming this half is in like vertical and not horizontal, because you build half a cabinet horizontal and it's just gonna fall over, right? Oh, that's right. You were talking about that, Lucchini. You were talking about when we came on Friday. You were starting to do the Sonic racing game. It's time for an upgrade. So we bought the 2019. It sucked. We refunded it. Oh, that's a shame. That's terrible. They had 6 years to build and make it better, and they just made it worse. Oh, that's a bummer. Wow. Okay. You got the top shelves. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Although I joke about that, but we actually have. My wife bought a shoe container for the front door, so the dogs wouldn't run off with their shoes. But it was like, I don't know where she got it from, but it's a shoe holder table, right, with cabinets, but with 2 legs. Do the math. Let's see. They didn't make it worse. They just didn't make it better. Visuals are great, but that's it. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, if you're just getting a visual upgrade, why am I paying all this money for something like that? Yeah, that's a shame. But yeah, so the 2-legged shoe table thing, you have to physically mount it against the wall, otherwise it just goes. And then they make the positions where you bolt it into the wall. Yeah, I think they intentionally make sure that it doesn't line up with your studs. So it's like, choose a stud, drill it into that one, and hope that it stays in place. Yeah, that's a brilliant design. Must have been an IKEA thing. That just sounds like an IKEA kind of thing they would do. All right, so I want to go to my scripts. Under testing, and I just yeah, let's say GUI click test. All right, and what I want to find out is why it's not bouncing, so I make sure that it's actually maybe getting the click, and I'm just doing something else wrong. So, oh, why'd you take 20 seconds to even start compiling? Never hit your studs. I have so many of those plastic anchors embedded in my walls. Only 42% is plastic? That's funny. All right, let me drag this back in. Like so. I think it's on mouse down, or maybe not. Let me double check. I think in GUI might be different. In GUI. Let's see. If on press. All right. So that's my first thing to check. Oh. I'll do it this way since it gives me the option. There it goes. Okay. Things games are getting worse because devs nowadays try to stream it so much, and then they have two guys coming into their chat and stopping all progress. I haven't heard about that, but yeah, that's kind of a jerk thing to do, isn't it? But you forgot the part where it says streaming while having absolutely zero clue what the hell he's doing. There's that. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, cool. So it is getting the press. What I need to do is actually prevent the press from going through. How do you stop that? Stop. Oh, that's how I do it. I know exactly how I do it. I think it's going to be, because I just came across this. I noticed it. So it's a main camera. Here, raycast right now, 0 is like infinite, right? So if we make that 1, that should shut it down after we click on it. That's why I don't stream. I like people thinking I'm smarter than I am. better to keep your mouth shut and keep them wondering versus opening it and demonstrating just how clueless you are. Bastardized it, but that's the right idea. No, games are simply getting worse because consumers will consume any kind of shit product. You know, yeah, you have that like annual, like, yeah, like the Madden kind of concept. Every year there's a new one kind of thing. There it is. So there it is. So now we're good. Although I got to figure out why it's not bouncing. That's bugging me. There's a PvP shooter game, Escape from Tarkov. Oh yeah, I've heard of that one. They had a DLC that sold for $150 and another for $250. It's like worth $5. I mean, is it like cosmetic or is it like actual improve the gameplay weaponry or something? I mean, if it is like bigger weapons, then that's the literal buying success kind of stuff, which is pure evil. If it's cosmetic, then I scratch my head and want to know who the heck pays that much money. I guess someone with lots of discretionary cash, right? And wanting to show the bling. Pay $50 every 2 years, while also paying $15 every month just to play the game. There's also cosmetic and literally buying in-game gold. Oh, is that the idea? Drop that $150 and get bonus stuff? It gives you a slight edge in the game too. Yeah, see, to me that's pure evil. You know, when you're buying your success, nuh-uh. But they didn't. Oh, they took the money and kind of went, oh, yeah, sorry about that. We forgot to give you anything new. Yeah, that is evil. That is pure evil. I'm doing it wrong. So now what you're saying is I just need to sell the game as is and then offer DLC when I actually have real content to play. God, where you guys been all this time? Same thing. Future DLC will be free too. 2 implies that the $150 was already doing free. In reality, it doesn't sound like it was. Jeez. All right. Let's see. This is look. Yes. The new 250 didn't count. Wow. That's just scary. All right. So I think I did have this backwards. I think it's 0.8 from 1. Oh wait. Playstyle. Yeah, ones. Right. That should do it. Let's try this again. That's weird. So it's... Unless I already got it. Oh, wait a second. Do I already have it, like, active? No. Oh, no, I got this the wrong way. It has been a while. Play tween needs to be on. Play scale is off. And this was right the first time. Just had to refresh my memory. Reverse that. Now we're good. Yeah, there it is. That's what I was trying to achieve. And the key thing here is that I'm blocking it so it won't go through and... Uh-oh. Well, crap. That's not good. So the one, make sure that it only detects that and it won't actually hit the ground. Okay, so it looks like I have to do more homework on this, because what I want is just to stop on the first contact, but then what's it hitting? I'm sure there's a debug feature where I can actually get it to tell me, but oh, let's switch it to everything. Let's try that, and max rate, let's try 2 just to see if that improves. Yikes. Well, this is crap. Okay, fine. 0. Put that to 0. Okay. Wow. All right, so max rate, intersections. How many is it freaking hitting down there then? That's weird. Everyone buys it and they get away with it. Yeah, so if it works, I guess. Yeah. MTX? Should I know that? I know I should know that, but MTX isn't ringing a bell. Alright, so if I drop this, move this up to 3. Oh, microtransactions. Got it. I didn't realize that was the little catchphrase for that. But yeah, like you said, I mean, if it's working, you know, if it ain't broke. Alright. Where are you going? Look at that. We're back to the long way home. There you go. Break it that way. Horse armor. I remember that back in the day, right? Yeah, that was like, you know, what was it, like 50 cents or something ridiculous small. Right, just to say, look, I bought that. I think that's what it was. Or was it like $1? I don't, you can refresh my memory, but it seems like it was like just a little token thing. Yeah, yeah, well, that's what I meant, compared to what they're charging nowadays, for sure. Alright. So, 3 makes it okay? Or am I missing something else here? Oh, it's $2. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, refresh my memory if I'm wrong here, but it seems like there was a Tiger Woods golf game, and they had cheat codes, but you literally had to pay to make the cheat codes kick in. Oh, it was Oblivion. Okay, yeah, I knew it was a medieval one, but I wasn't sure which one it was. Yeah. Yeah. It was so much fun buying the game in the first place. Why don't you just keep buying it? Alright. So this is kind of working. Maximize. But the max, this isn't working. Where, all right, I need to come up with a better way. Because the max ray incursions thing isn't working exactly the way I need it to. I mean, I need it to just sort of, like, if it hits the UI, then just stop. Otherwise, just keep going until you hit one of everything. One of your favorite games at the time, to be fair, but yeah, made it to the role was Unforgivable. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic, you know. I mean, I own it, and I've played the first 20 minutes of it. Not that I didn't enjoy it, just didn't have the time. I wanted to play more, but I took an arrow to the knee, so I had to stop. Darn shame. All right. So this is sort of working. Yeah, well, it was making fun of the game for sure. Yeah, another food for thought. What's that? Yeah, I'm also going to look into maybe swapping out the leg AI for another plugin I have, just and see if it does any better than this, because I never did hear back, unfortunately, from the developer of the plugin. That's just kind of glitchy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it does look painful, doesn't it? It gets worse in some of them too. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Ouch. Ouch. Talked to a guy. I was like, dude, pay to win sucks, blah blah, and he said, I don't mind if I can buy 30% more damage. Why wouldn't I do it? Then I win more. It's like you could buy dinner. Right. Exactly. Yeah, I think I just saw a story about a priest that spent the church money on Candy Crush or something similar like that. And when he got caught, he just said, yeah, he didn't keep track of the money investment or something. I mean, that was recent. This is like just a few days ago. I'm sure I'd do a search and find it, but it's like, yeah, that's not a good defense. You know, that's fine if like you're a 5-year-old and your parents are dumb enough to give you, or like an 8-year-old, and the parents are dumb enough to give you the credit card to put into the game. You know, then I understand the little kid kind of going, I just want to play some more, and not understanding the ramifications. But yeah, if you're spending, you know, everyone's tithe money, you know, because you got a mobile game addiction, yeah, that's pretty bad. All right. So I guess I need to do more searching on this, because I don't get how I can make the Raycaster physics work in this situation, because I want it to just go infinite except when it hits UI. Oh! Oh, wait. I know. Because I'm killing myself for no reason. So ignore UI and then have the UI. No, that's not going to help, because it's still erg. Yeah, I don't think that's going to fix things. And not full screen. Yeah, so it hit it, but it also did that too. So I need a if hit UI, then just stop the raycast. But I don't know how to make that happen. It's part of the whole excuse me. That's the pathfinding stuff. It's wonky right now. It's like it's got a mind of its own. Yeah, but I mean, it's still brand new, anyways. And I guess the other question too is, did we break our? We shouldn't have, but did we break our nav mesh again? No, nav mesh is fine. So that's just quirking out. Oh no, wait, no, we do. It did it again. Look at that. It still brought the other one. That's why it's quirking, because it has that two. We were talking about this before you dropped in, Lucchini. This is a Unity feature where if the nav mesh is what tells it how to find its path and moving, but this version of Unity has the feature of when you load up one scene and go to the next scene, it keeps the nav mesh and just lays it on top, and there's no way to get rid of it too, because it doesn't technically exist in the scene. So the only way to kind of fix it is to go out and come back after using a hack that somebody wrote to purge it out, which what I'm going to do now. And it usually removes, yeah, see, look at that. So as I talked about before, here I am in a scene that has 0 nav meshes, yet there's still 2 here. And I don't think there's any way to actually select them. So you have to use, somebody wrote this force cleanup nav mesh. Yeah, it's Unity being Unity. I don't bother reporting it because they're just kind of go, wait, you're using 2021.3, shut up, go away, upgrade. Which, I hate to do it, but I think we're going to have to try and do that. And now if we come back, there's about a 50-50 chance that we got our nav mesh, and yeah, so it's gone. So I got to rebuild it again. Yeah, that's not featured. That's full on bug at that point. You can't even do the featured joke at that point. That's just outright broken. I don't know how that could actually get through in the first place, though. I mean, that's kind of sad. But, they had, they don't have the money to, well, look at that. So I went away and came back, and now it's there. Okay. So now it should, there he goes. So it's going to behave a little bit better. There. And we were talking about before, now he defaults to run. And if you want him to walk, you hold the right mouse button down, or spacebar, or the trigger, depending on which you're using. But it's pretty slick. The plugin we're using, Malber's animation animal control, it's really nice. So I mean, we have all 3, and it's not like you have to turn one off or on or off. So here's joystick, there's there's mouse, and there's keyboard. I could probably fight. Look at that. Yeah, it's whoever pressed last. So you could have one person on the keyboard and one on the joystick, and they could just totally piss each other off. All right. But that still doesn't address how I'm going to work around doing the tests on that. But I got to figure out some way to stop it so it doesn't go through to the ground. But I'll figure it out. But here we are at 4 o'clock. So I think we will call it there. I'll do some more tinkering. Actually, not tonight. I need to run out here pretty soon. But I will get back to it first thing in the morning. But I think that's going to do it. Time for the obligatory plug. It would not be a Lost in Space game dev video without me blatantly just shoving this in your face. Anyone that's coming by right now, we have licensed the 1960s TV show Lost in Space, not the Netflix version, the 1960s version, and we are adapting it into a point-and-click adventure game, because point-and-click sells more than any other game out there, he said sarcastically. But if you want to try the demo is currently available on both Steam and itch. It's there, and we are still plugging away. We do this, by we, I guess it's me, and then those like Lucchini and Killer Tofu hang out and distract. We do this Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 Pacific time. I'll let you figure out where that is for you. But for everyone that came by, thank you so much. It's interesting, just on a side note, before I bow out here, you helped. It's interesting, if you actually look at the YouTube channel for Scary Robot Games under YouTube, it's interesting how some videos just get a ton of views. You know, I mean, I have some views that have like 10 views at some point, but the one I did on Friday, for whatever reason, and I have no idea why, but it got like 163 views. I have no way of figuring out what the catalyst was for it, but, you know, go figure. I mean, it's, you know, yeah, it is strange. I mean, it's no Kim Kardashian video kind of thing, but then again, I'm no Kim Kardashian. Thank you. Oh, is that it? Thank you, Killer Tofu. You spent your IT knowledge and wrote a bot to just go ahead and hit play on it 150 times. Dude, thank you, man. Expand that by about 1,000 and you and I can make some money, man. Wait, I didn't say that publicly, did I? That was internal voice. Yes? Good. Okay. All right, let's see. I don't know if I have a doggy outside my door. The missus might be eating right now, so we could be penniless at this point. Pun intended. Let's find out. Let's see. Look at that. Totally Mr. Q. No. No. Penny. She's like, oh, did I miss my entrance? There you are. Yeah. Yes, you're late. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Divas, what are you going to do? You know? She wouldn't come out of her trailer. Ow. Oh, there you go. Give me some nice scratches on my neck there. Thank you. Jeez. Raptors don't have nails as sharp as you. Wow. He's blood splattering all over there. Ouch. All right, guys. Yep. A little late, but she got here. Yep. Okay. I got to bow out, throw the disc for her a few times, and then run off and go do some other stuff. But, Lucini, Killer Tofu, great as always to have you guys keep him in company. Yes, I will definitely see you tomorrow. Thanks again for joining in. And for everyone else, anyone that's lurking, you know, thanks for hanging out as well. And hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, adios.